All right, guys, want to be able to provide you with a resource that is a little bit more in-depth than the video that you're probably watching for your workouts related to the deadlift movement. So I'm right here with my trap bar, and I'm going to take you through some helpful cues. First and foremost, the thing that is most important related to keeping our spine intact. Many of us are dealing with previous or pre-existing disc injuries, or when we do this movement, we seem to be flaring up some sort of aggravation. It's completely normal. So the first thing we want to work on is what's called an intra-abdominal brace. So I talk about this briefly in the video that you see in your demo, but what that looks like is we want to direct air to the stomach by sipping air into the belly. Notice how my hands push away. Once I create that push away, I want to squeeze everything nice and tight and hold that pressure in my abdomen wall. So a second cue that's going to help you hold and keep the brace is think about being on a long extended car ride. You've got to go to the bathroom really bad and there's no bathroom in sight, right? I've got to squeeze everything nice and tight so that I don't have an accident. You're going to remember that cue. So we want to direct the air and we want to squeeze everything nice and tight and hold and stabilize the spine. Now that we've got that dialed, we're walking through the movement itself. We want to drive the butt back towards the wall. We want to bend through the knee. We want to keep the arm really, really long. And lastly, we want to do what's called pack the lats. So we want to squeeze a piece of paper between the armpits so that bar stays close. Once I feel like I've got that nice tight position, I'm going to drive my hips really hard into the ground, stand up tall. That's all it is. Let the arms stay long, let the legs do the work. And then I'm controlling to the bottom, tap, and drive back to the top. So before we move away from this setup, one thing I want you to know, we have it elevated from the surface. I've used these pads. If you're at the gym, you're welcome to maybe even stack some plates under each side. When you change the range of motion, that helps us not reach so much through the low back if we seem to have issues with that. So then we're going to move on and I'm going to show you maybe a ground zero foundational version of the deadlift, that whether maybe you're in a situation where you've got some disc aggravation from doing this setup, or you're coming in with an injury and you just want to work on creating some healthy hinge patterns. Here's what that looks like next.